Jack had heard the stories as a child, tales of a goblin haunting Black Hollow, a dense forest on the edge of town. Locals spoke in hushed tones about the small, deformed creature, skin like stone, eyes that glowed in the dark. It was said to stalk travelers, steal livestock, drag the unwary into its lair. But Jack, he never believed it. That changed the night his dog, Rufus, disappeared. Rufus was Jack's companion, loyal, always by his side, never wandered off. So when the dog didn't come home one evening, Jack knew something was wrong. Grabbing a flashlight, he plunged into the woods. The forest felt different. The air was thick, too quiet, not even the usual chirping of crickets. "Rufus," Jack called. No response, just silence. Heavy, oppressive. Then he saw it. Tracks in the dirt. Rufus's paw prints. But something else too. Small, clawed footprints circling his dog's trail. A growl. Low, guttural. Jack spun around, his flashlight trembling in his hand. "Who's there?" he shouted. Nothing. Then, a flicker. Two glowing yellow eyes stared back at him from the shadows. His breath caught. The figure emerged. Small, hunched, its mottled skin rough like bark. It hissed, crooked teeth glinting in the flashlight's beam. In its gnarled hand, a tool, bone, sharpened to a deadly point. Jack froze. Fear clawed at him. The goblin crept closer, slow, deliberate, its movements almost unnatural. "Stay back!" Jack yelled, his voice cracking. The goblin screeched, a sound that pierced the night. Then he saw it. A tuft of Rufus's fur caught on a bush. His heart sank. Before he could react, the goblin lunged. Instinct took over. Jack swung the flashlight. Hard. Crack! The creature shrieked and vanished into the underbrush. Adrenaline surging, Jack followed the trail of fur. And there he was, Rufus, trapped in a crude pit, covered with branches. Whimpering, shaking. "I've got you, boy," Jack whispered, hauling him out. But as they stumbled back toward the cabin, the forest felt alive. Whispers, rustling. Was it the wind or something else? Back home, Jack bolted the door. Every window, every lock. He didn't sleep that night. Morning came. On the porch, a small pile of bones. And the door, scratched. Deep, jagged claw marks. Jack didn't wait. Within days, he left the town, left the forest, but he couldn't forget. "The goblin is real," he told anyone who'd listen. Some laughed, called him crazy. Others, they nodded, knowing, because Black Hollow still stands, quiet, waiting. And the goblin, it's out there, watching.